The story begins on a rainy night in Gotham as Batman corners the Joker and his henchmen aboard a city rooftop. Going to capture the criminal, Batman lunged at the Joker, only for the dude to say he was too slow and effortlessly got out of the way. This blunder would soon turn fatal, as Batman would then faceplant onto the roof, where the clown would mock him for his clumsiness. Casually waiting for the hero to get back up, the Joker and his men would watch in horror as the man's body would then slip off the roof and plummet into the streets below. Rushing down to the scene, Joker would order for his goons to check if the Dark Knight was unconscious, when in reality, Batman had unlocked infinite unconsciousness and was indeed dead. Completely confused that such a legend could die in such a moronic way, the men then asked the boss what they should do, where he told them to put Batman's body in the trunk of their car, only to remember that they took the train here, where he then ordered them to steal a car so they could put the body in it. Debating on what to do next, Joker, his men, and Batman's bloodied corpse then decided to take a load off by grabbing some grub at a local Waffle House. Realizing that this may have been the biggest score of their lives, the goons aimed for higher goals such as killing iconic Justice League members like Green Lantern and Superman. While they were quite enthusiastic with this new lease on life, Joker seemed less than pleased despite having killed the entire restaurant staff. Honestly, for anyone who's been to a Waffle House at like 2 a.m., this is probably not even the craziest thing you'd see. In the coming weeks, Joker and the boys would rob a ship containing uranium while dressed like colorful old-fashioned pirates. Despite killing the captain and getting the loot, poor Mr. J would seemingly become less and less enthused as time went on. The weeks would pass as we would see a very depressed Joker eating some cereal as his men would ask him what they were going to do next. Being tired of his usual criminal life with no Batman to fight, Joker decided that he simply felt like watching Desperate Housewives for the second time. Hey man, I totally get it. Sick of their unmotivated leader, the frustrated men then quit to work for another supervillain. As he stormed off, the clown prince of basic American women TV dramas then saw an ad in the local paper for an open position at Wayne Enterprises. Meeting with a very suspicious looking hiring manager, Joker got a suit and a slick new look under the mantle of a normal businessman named Johann Kaiser. Actually getting the job despite having no financial experience whatsoever, the Joker would spend his first day on the job by searching the Wayne Enterprises database for the Wayne fortune by asking important questions like, where is the money? Man, who would have thought Joker was a master criminal and master hacker? Being met by his new co-worker Helen, the woman asked him how she could help him, only for Joker to be straight up honest, saying that he wanted to know how to access the secret files full of weapons and people to bribe. Thinking this is genuinely hilarious, Helen took a liking to Johann, who told him that they don't have access to any of that information in their division. After a long back and forth debate on what they actually even do in this wing, it turns out Joker's new job was basically going to be a safeguard for the safeguards of the Wayne accounting team. So, honestly, a typical nonsense, soulless, corporate American dream. Half tempted to kill this annoying woman, Joker decided to suck it up and work his way up the corporate ladder to steal money the old-fashioned way. In the coming weeks, Johann was grabbing some coffee in the break room, where he was met by his manager, Mr. Griffin. Wishing to speak with the man privately, the other employees left so he could go over Joker's monthly reports. Questioning what was wrong with them, Griffin showed just what was wrong, which was that Johann had straight up been submitting nonsense numbers with obscene drawings all over them. Honestly, looks good to me. Debating if Johann had what it took to do the job, Joker decided to heat up some lunch by slamming the office microwave on the dude's head and then turned it on, where it straight up exploded as Joker then left the break room like nothing happened. The next day, Johann tried to rally the employees in a noble anti-capitalist speech where he was soon called in to the big boss's office. After the sermon, Johann met with the man in his office, where he decked himself out in a legit bomber uniform to take the whole facility with him. Thinking this was the funniest thing ever, the mysterious manager then offered the recently departed Mr. Griffin's job to Joker, thinking he had the guts to lead Wayne Enterprises into a bold new future. After a long, boring day of business and numbers, Johann then treated his team out for drinks, where he got a little lost in the good old Joker sauce. Stumbling out of the bar, Johann noticed some men following him, where he straight up ran after them, where he was soon ambushed. Gouging one of the men's eyes out, Joker was shocked to see that this robbery was led by his henchman from before, who had started a small criminal empire of his own. Delighted to be reunited, the man told Joker that they were glad he was alright, for there were rumors of Batman's return. Knowing this was impossible, he told the dude to get a life, where he then returned home. The next day, Johann boasted to his co-workers about his brave encounter with his attackers, where one of them asked where was Batman when he needed him. Joker then jokingly responded that he had the Dark Knight's corpse in his closet, where the entire office roared into laughter. Another worker then told the man that his wife was mugged the previous week, where she apparently was saved by the returned Batman. Spitting out his coffee, Johann aggressively questioned the man if this was true. On his walk home, Joker thought about these rumors of the Dark Knight's return. He then shrugged it off, said hello to his neighbor, and made his way to his apartment. Greeted by a warm swarm of flies, he then cracked open a cold one and turned on the news, where we then see he was in fact not joking earlier, where he had the decaying, rotted corpse of Batman hanging in his closet.